All right. Welcome back, everybody. My 74 Sportster carburetor aftermarket. I cleaned it in the ultrasonic cleaner. The needle and seat held. The rubber is still in good tack. Gasket's still fine. Cleaning out the needle and seat. I actually use the seat. Just used one of my sewing needles. Cleaned it off. That way, where the hell's the camera at? Yep, there you can see a little bit of daylight. There it is. Nice and clean. One of the jets. This one is clogged. All right, so the jet comes out over here, faces that way on this one, and it is cleaned out. I can feel every little cut in my hand as the carb cleaner does its thing. Rubber's fine, spring's good. Gasket's good. Oh, 10 millimeters. Doesn't have to be too tight. Right here. I just like doing a quick wipe down on all the surfaces before I do a little look, make sure there's no big scratches. All right. All the way in, half turn, one turn, about 1 1/4 turns was what I took it out as. So I'm going to take the slide, put the slide in. I'm looking for about an 1/8 inch gap. And I had it in upside down. That makes a lot more sense. So I'm looking for the daylight, an 1/8 inch gap. I used to set them up with put a drill bit in the bottom. A little easier this way. I'm gonna go with that. Take that out. All right, so floats are free moving. Get this little piece of hose off of it. If I can find my needle. Make sure that passage is good. That's just all right. So we've got this carburetor goes on. There's that. This, if I remember correctly, just kind of loosely put this on for now. I'm sure I'm going to have to take all these off because I'm going to get them on wrong. So the enricher, that needs to point into the carburetor. I have a feeling that this is an aftermarket. This doesn't look too genuine here. So, hole right there. Hold that in place. Harley doesn't vibrate. That's not going to go anywhere, right? I need to get an S&S Super E carb. That would just make my life a lot easier. How easy those things are to fix. And forgot the spring. That's why there's no resistance. Tight. Half. 1/4. All right. So this appears to be like this. I'm gonna go the other way here. All right, I'm gonna fast forward this section and spare you the misery of me taking this thing apart and putting it on a million times to get the clocking right for the accelerator pump. Enjoy the elevator music. I'm back. Clocked it so you can see. Bam. That one went there. All right. Used a bigger hose. I didn't want to use that little crap anyways. All right. No kinks. Squirt, squirt, squirt. All right. Damn it. There we go. Squirt, squirt. All right. So I can just get the hose clamp for that. And should be able to blow through it. That's because the needle and seat works. All right. So needle, never move that. It's going to go here. And that's going to lock the cable in place once the cable's in. And then the spring goes on. All right. Time to go to the garage. It fired right up, but the throttle cables were too short, so I had to shut it off. A few moments later. After taking about a ½ inch off the outer housing, my throttle cable was set right.